It seems like if anything wants to delay this call, it's happening this morning, so it must be a good one. So, all right. So, anyways, and then I was trying to send an email out last night, and for some reason I couldn't do a mass email from my back office, so I have to call corporate and see what's up. Maybe my subscription ran out, but anyways, here we are. So, welcome to the loyal followers of Vollara, and hopefully you guys had an amazing week. We just wrapped up our double conference here at our church, and it was great. So looking forward to what's coming in this year. And I just made a post yesterday that Christina and I and Gianni are actually heading down to Mexico at the end of this month. So we're excited about that. We're 3 weeks out, 3 or 4 weeks, I think 3 weeks out before we head out. So we're excited about that. And it's going to be a great finish to 2022. It's hard to believe it's 2023 almost. So but anyways, today's meeting I want to talk to you guys about is something that God put on my heart 2 days ago, and I was really feeling it. And because sometimes people will text me and they'll say, Mark, there's so many new things that are happening in Vollara, which one should we do? I mean, I can't keep up with all the changes. There's HHSs, and then there's these recruiting, and then there's the free, I'm still here. Can you turn off your phone, please? We don't need, literally, you're in the same exact room as me. My wife's got her phone on. I can just hear like an echo. So I don't know why she's on the same exact phone. But anyways, I lost my total train of thought. Thank you, Christina. But anyway, so anyways, what I was feeling is that it's really this. I told the person, I said, look, just pick one and run. Okay. So don't get bogged down in being like overwhelmed with too much. Christina, I can still hear it. You need to turn it down or totally off. But anyways, don't get bogged down in like overthinking this process. Don't do it. Don't sit there and say like, which one? There's so many of them. What should I do? Everybody has something that they're really, really good at. Okay. What I notice in this business is there's no real written rule on how you should run your business. Some people are recruiters, some people are salespeople, some people do a mixture of both. Some people are doing HHSs and they're very successful at HHSs. Some people can't do an HHS because they can't get people to show up and they don't have any friends. And some people, whatever. I mean, everybody's got their lane that they need to stick into when it comes to Vollara. And the beauty of Vollara is that there's literally a bunch of different lanes to choose from. You don't have to be put into a place where it's like, this is the only way to work your business, which most network marketing opportunities are like that. It's like, this is it, take it or leave it. And this is the only thing that you can ever do. Okay. The beauty of Vollara is that literally you can tailor make your business to fit your lifestyle. There's no set way to do it. When we were in Vail, we talked to people who literally, there were some people, all they did was reach out to school systems. That's all they do. And then there's some people who don't even recruit, but they hire people to be referrals. Not even, they don't pay you by the hour, but they say, listen, I'm looking for referrals in this world, this sphere of influence. I'll pay you a kickback if you can get me a contact person in a school system, if you can get me a contact person in a nursing home. I'll pay you a kickback. That's what they do. So I don't know the legal term for that, but they'll basically, they'll give them a piece of the action if they can refer them to, I mean, everybody's got a specific lane of how they do business, right? So don't get overwhelmed in it. See, I call it analysis paralysis, where people literally will get overwhelmed to the point of being frozen in a business. Oh my gosh, I can't figure this thing out. Like, I don't know how to, I try to do an HHS and nobody came. Whatever it is. Okay. So pick how you want to grow your business, but ultimately we're team integrity. Do it with integrity. Okay. Do it with integrity. Because the last thing I want people to do is to have buyer's remorse, to say, man, I joined that business and I started this way and I should have never done it. And then come back years later. I had somebody call me or text me the other day and said, man, this person literally was not even on my team. And they're like, I started with 5 and you need to buy these 5 machines back. And you're not even on my team. Why is that my responsibility to buy somebody's machines back? Well, somebody started that person the wrong way, Because obviously that person probably should have never started with 5. They did for whatever reason. That's fine. Look, I have no problem with starting with a 5-pack. If that's the way you want to do it, do it. But I always am honest with people and I say, listen, there's no magic formula to this business. You can literally buy a 5-pack anytime you want. So why do it to out of the gate when you have literally no experience with the product? That's why we shifted back a year and a half ago to the Pro Pack. Because with the Pro Pack, everybody wins. I win, you win, the company wins, the customer wins. If you can join this business and get $7,000 worth of value, plus now the first month's free subscribe and save, and if you do a Pro Pack, the second month's free subscribe and save, then you are 100% ahead, 100%, because you spent $2,600, $2,624.95 for a $7,000 value. You're using the air, using the water, using the laundry. You're then hopefully flipping that second air that you got and either selling it or using it to attract more customers into your business. Okay, so I just want to throw that out there. So really the theme for this meeting is to pick one and run. Pick one and run, okay? Don't get bogged down in trying to figure out which one, like like I need to do all these things, right? I need to go out and recruit people. I need to go out and do HHSs. I need to book a home show, and I need to, start traveling the country, doing carnivals. And then all of a sudden you're just like, you have so many things that you think you should do that you freeze up. Okay. So, most of you know that I'm a chef / former restaurant owner. And one thing about being a chef is that you learn to deal with a lot of things at one time. Most of you have eaten out, I'm sure, right? But have you ever sat in a restaurant on a Saturday and saw 250 people around you and realized that there's 4 people cooking for that 250 people? Which means whoever the head chef is, which I've been a lot in my life, is carrying a load that can sometimes feel like it's unbearable. It's like, man, how am I going to get through this many orders in that short amount of time? And what it is you compartmentalize each set of tickets. They come up in tickets. So, a lot of times when I'm cooking, I might have 25 tickets I need to get through, 25 tables, but I can only handle maybe 3 or 4 at a time because of the capacity of the stove and the team and all that kind of stuff, right? And that's why that when you go out to eat, they're going to bring you an appetizer, they're going to bring you a drink, they're going to, it seems like, but it's like an orchestrated event because, once you put your order in, the kitchen's getting it in the lineup that hopefully within 15 to 20 minutes you're going to eat. So what does that do with Vollara? It's about compartmentalizing your tasks every day. Okay. So I can't look at all 250 people that I'm going to feed and say, how on earth am I going to do this? No, I don't. Because if you do that, you'll be completely overwhelmed and you won't do any of it. I've literally seen guys in a kitchen freeze up on a Saturday night. They just lose it. I mean, it's like a mental breakdown. You stand next to somebody and I watch them and I'm like, oh my gosh, the ship just sank and I lost that person on my team. I mean, I can't, and then you have to be calm in the storm and say, okay, that's fine. I'm going to press in. I'm going to help this person get through. In addition to what I'm currently working on, I got to try to help them. Right. So what I learned is you got to just pick your battles. Right. So I literally take 2, 3, 4 things. I do what I can handle. I move them on, and then I get on to the next 3, 4 things, do what I can handle, move it on. Right. So we have 2 months to finish this year out strong. Okay, you have 2 more months to finish this year out. Do it take your next 2 months, take out your calendar. Hopefully you guys have calendars. And then I actually was thinking yesterday I need to order my my next year's calendar because I'm getting ready to start booking. Obviously, we already have stuff booked into next year. So I need to go online and order myself a 2023 calendar. I found this one calendar. You probably won't see it. This calendar here, I love it because it breaks everything down. It's called the Weekly Monthly Planning Calendar by Blue Sky. And what I like about it is it kind of starts out last year, and then I think it actually goes into December or January of next year even. I think they give you a little place for the next, but there's notes in here, there's then there's daily, you can break out by the day, which I don't use. What I like is the monthly view, like I'll see if I can pull this out like that, typical calendar, right? And in my calendar, for the next 2 months, I look at my time and I say, okay, you know, where am I going to put Vollara into my life here? So, let's say if I get out now, I have November. If I flip to November, and if you look at it, say, well, it's pretty blank slate. Well, obviously on the 24th, we have Thanksgiving. So, you're going to block that date off. I'm leaving for Mexico on the 30th. So I'm going to block the 30th off. And then I have, some projects I have to do this, this, and this. And then if there's any church events, I put that in, I write it out. And then, okay, these are my empty spots in my schedule for me to do my business. Okay. So this is where you start to book your events. So what do you want to do in November? Well, let's think about it. What happens this time of year that we could benefit from? Craft shows, vendor fairs. People are looking for gifts for the holidays. There's malls where you can get kiosks and things like that, which I don't recommend, unless you have got the money and the time to go sit in a mall. But I'm just throwing out things, right? Remember, pick one and run. Maybe for you, you say, well, hey, holiday parties are coming up. I'm going to host a holiday HHS party at my house. And we're going to put gift wrapping on different pieces of, of our products, maybe mobile units, personal units. We're going to have eggnog and whatever, and get a bunch of people over, and we're going to celebrate the holidays. And then we're going to give these people gift ideas for their friends and family. Okay, whether it's nutrition, whether it's air, whether it's water, whether it's laundry, whatever it is, right? So on my calendar, I said, okay, well, there's so many weeks between now and the end of this year, and I'm going to go ahead and book up these weeks with events. Okay. So then you start to look at the tools that we have. So in between, okay, so those are the big blocks of time that I'm going to fill. So I go through my calendar and I say, okay, I'm going to try to commit to at least one event per week on my own. Okay, so these are things that I'm going to try to do. So I'm going to put in, November the 3rd. Maybe I'll try to get together with somebody who I could show the business to on the 3rd of November. And then maybe I could do something again on the 9th. Maybe I could do something again on the 18th. Maybe I could do something on the 21st. And then maybe again on the 29th. So now you have 5 dates that you blocked out. Guys, seriously, you want to make a full-time income in this business. If I want to, and you're only blocking out 5 days out of 30 days. Can you commit to say, I'm going to block out 5 days for myself? These are 5 days where I'm going to block out to work my business like a real business. Okay. So you pick your 5 days out of each week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5 weeks that we can pick from. Well, 5 lines on my calendar that I can pick from. So you have the week of the 1st, the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and 27th. So you pick times. Then you say to yourself, okay, what's it going to be? Am I going to book a little craft show on this week? Maybe do a little HHS here, blah, 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 blah. All right, so you fill in your time. Okay, when you're at these events, think about some of the tools we have in our hands. Right now, the big push is recruiting. The company finally woke up and realized that recruiting is like where it's at, okay? Because obviously we spent the last 2.5 years on just like the company's focus has been on wholesale retail, moving machines, boom, boom. I mean, like machines flying off the shelf, right? Where Christina and I have always been focused on team building. I mean, I've never really, we do wholesale retail because you have to sell machines to somebody or the model just doesn't work, right? But ultimately what I saw being the big play over the long haul is what Dr. Troy calls it, the buddy system, right? So Dr. Troy called me the other day and he's like, Mark, he goes, I love the way you do your business. I like the buddy hookup. He calls it the buddy hookup. So, you talk to people, you get them excited about the products that you have, and then you show them how they can partner with you. My mom used to call it years ago a discount buyers club, a discount buyer club. It's not, you're not joining my business. You're coming on as a discount buyer with me. You don't ever have to do anything in Vollara if you don't want to. You don't have to show up at meetings. You don't have to have a monthly minimum. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Okay, so if I call Lisa, I say, hey Lisa, listen, I'd like you to come over to my house. We're having a little holiday get together, get some eggnog and candy canes and whatever. And I'm gonna show you some things that you can use as gifts for the holidays. It's just a little gift fair. In fact, I used to, when I used to be in a business years ago, and there was a lady who opened up her house every holiday, and she would bring in all these different home-based businesses to have a collective party. So, and because she had a business, I don't remember what she sold, but I was there selling spices and extracts and products, and then there was somebody doing Pampered Chef, and somebody else was on Mary Kay and Avon, and there was a Tupperware lady, and it was all in this woman's house, right? Because she had her products she wanted to move. She was smart. She realized that there was something about this group environment, especially during the holidays, that everybody wanted to come out and start, kind of planning, hey, what can I buy? What gifts can I give? And also now what people are really interested in doing is supporting local. They want to support the local business, right? So these are ideas that you can start to think. Maybe you can open up your house and say, we're going to have a little get together. And because I have a product, my product happens to be Vollara that I want to promote. So let's do like a little collective. How many of you know people who are in this industry who do other things? Maybe they do Salad Master, maybe they do whatever. I mean, there's a million different things that people do, right? And have a big collective party, right? So either way, let's just say that Lisa comes to my little party, and I say at the end of the party, I say, Lisa, did you like what you saw? And Lisa's like, yeah, Mark, I really like, I like the water. I thought it was great. I really want to buy the water. Well, that's awesome. But let me tell you, Lisa, a water is $2,500. Okay, that's plus tax and shipping. So you're looking at about what, $2,700, somewhere in that neighborhood. Now we have something else you could do. I call it the Discount Buyers Club, where you can actually join with us. It's just like sign up for Sam's Club or Costco or whatever. And it doesn't cost you anything like those other businesses do. Like Sam's Club, you got to spend a membership fee, right? Costco, membership fee. I belong to Restaurant Depot because I own a business, right? I sell tiramisu still, and I used to own restaurants. So I've always had a membership. And as long as I have a tax ID number, I can be a Restaurant Depot member. It doesn't cost me nothing. So I explain that to the person. And then I say, you can fill out a little bit of online paperwork that makes you now a discount buyer. You're in the discount buyer program with us. And instead of you buying that water for $2,600, for $26, $24.95, you can get air, water, and laundry. It's almost a no-brainer for you not to get the whole package at this point. And that's 2 air, a water, and a laundry. Okay, that's our professional whole house package. Now, listen, Lisa, here's the deal. The company right now is actually giving you your first month subscription. What does that mean to you? Hey, you know what? I buy my vitamins from Purity Products, or I buy my stuff from whoever, Juice Plus. I've already got a vitamin guy. Okay, that's fine. But I'm going to give you your first month's free of whatever you want. Okay, try it and see what you think about it, because you may be able to eliminate 5 other vitamins that you're currently taking by taking 2 Essentials for Life with every meal. You can actually eliminate a lot of your expenses on a monthly basis. And I'm giving you like a $70 value for free, just for free. And look, when you fill out the paperwork, you have to fill it out like you're buying it for the next 6 months. But Vollara, you can cancel your subscription anytime you want. You just log in your back office and put change my subscription. You cancel it. And even Joe Urso said that. He said, look, we're taking a major risk here because people can cancel anytime they want. So they're giving away keto zones, which are like $90. You can get that on the new program, right? So you can be a discount buyer with us. And then on top of that, the company's going to give you a $75 product credit, 75 bucks. Okay, right out of the gate. Okay, so how does that work? That means on your next month, whenever you need a little bit of product, you can go in and buy it. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to be prepared for, though. Be prepared to grow your business. Be prepared. Okay, what's your investment? If you start to go out and build a team like that, because what's going to happen is you can literally go up to people now and with essentials for life. Like how many of you have ever been Zyto scanned, right? Well, if I Zyto scanned you, or like, let's say you do a HHS and you have access to Zyto and you start Zyto scanning people and that person needs essentials or they need resist or whatever it is. And you pull up that first month's free and say, listen, I recommend, because of the way your scan turned out, that you at least get on Essentials for Life. I'll give you the first month's free. You just got to fill this thing out. Now that person becomes a rep, but they were at your HHS and they loved everything that they saw. So guess what? They're going to say to you, well, yeah, but I liked all that stuff. Now, can I buy an air, or can I buy a water, or can I buy a laundry? Yeah, sure. You can do a package. You can get a 3-pack, a 5-pack, a 15-pack. You can do a pro pack. You can do a whole house protection. Or you could just buy a mobile unit or a personal unit, because once they've gotten their free subscription, they can actually go in their own back office and buy at a wholesale price because they're a member of the club now, right? But you need to get paid on that. So I've seen this happen over and over again where somebody has a brand new person join and they don't have 100 points. So now you're delaying you tell the person, well, I don't have, can you wait? Can you put your order in next week? It's just not a good representation of the business. So what I say is figure out your 100 points and be prepared before the end of the month to make sure that you have your 100 points in. If you're going to go out and build your business, look, we're not like some companies where you have to have activity every month or they boot you out. We're not like that. With Vollara, you never have to have activity unless you want to get paid on your downline business. Okay. So if you don't have a downline and you're not out actively recruiting and all you're doing is wholesale retail, you literally never need to have any personal volume ever. Okay. But if you're going to transition into, hey, I'm going to start recruiting people, then be prepared to at least get your 100 points. Now, listen, I'm a gold. And one thing, if you understand, actually, we're platinum 5, but anything above, once you become a gold, you're an executive, right? But I still have to earn gold every month, at least, right? I still have to do it, which means that I could have months where I turn out as silver, all right, on my pay rank. Okay. So when I start my month, I need to make sure I at least get my 100 points in. Now, as a gold and up, you need 200 points. So let's say you're having a really slow month and you in the past, you've been a gold, but when you're looking at your numbers, you're like, man, I don't think this month we're going to make gold. I think it's going to be silver because I only have one active leg and it's really good, but I don't have my other 2. But you still need at least your 100 points. So what does 100 points look like? Well, I'll give you a quick one. Perfect Start, 2-pack of Resist, and Essentials for Life. That could be one. I just did an order. It was a Perfect Start. I think it was Perfect Start. It's Recoup, because I got a Recoup is like 15 points. Essentials for Life. I think that'll get you there. Okay, so that's about $130 if you buy it on subscription. On Subscribe and Save, it's about 130 bucks. So if I sponsor somebody in my business with a pack, like let's say it's a whole house pack or pro pack, I'm going to make between $400 to $500-600 bucks. Is it worth spending $135 to get products I'm going to use anyway to get that payout? Yeah, 100% it is. Like I have another guy who's in my business. And he got bonuses, but he never renewed his membership. That every year, Vollara requires once a year that we do a distributorship renewal, and it costs you like $30. Okay. Then the company gives you a $30 product credit that you can use. But if you don't renew and then you go you sign somebody, they don't pay out until you've renewed, because you're basically, your account shows on hold. So if you guys have been in Vollara for more than a year, check your back office and go on there and look, it'll say distributorship renewal, and you can set it. Like mine is for December. So December's coming up, and I set it on an auto ship that every December, no matter what, it's going to automatically renew me for the $31. And then I know that the company is going to give me a $30-something product credit that I can use. Okay. But these are little things that you need to do to be prepared to get paid. We're not asking a lot. The company's not asking you a lot. Make sure that your membership's up to date. Okay, that's once a year. And it's not a money grab, guys. If it was a money grab from the company, like, oh, Vollara, they tricked me into this thing. I joined for free, but now I got to spend $31 a year. No, they're giving you the money back in product. Okay, little known facts. Okay, now here's the other thing. You can't use that 30, those points, that money towards buying your monthly 100. Because, anytime you offset with free money, the company deducts the points off of that. So in other words, if I need 100 points, I still need to go out and buy my 100 points. I can't use my free product credits to buy 100 points. Okay, so just so you know that. Here's another thing that most of you probably don't know, because maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I say most of you probably don't know this. In your back office, if you go into your profile and click on your Sky Wallet, if you've been on subscriptions, you've accrued free money, because every month that you're on a subscription, based on the point value of your subscription, they give you kickbacks in the form of free money to use. Okay. So I checked 2 accounts, myself and then a person under me the other day. The guy under me had $100 in product credit. And 2 months ago, he had $250 in product credit that accrued. You can do anything you want with that money. So for him, I think he bought a mobile unit. I looked at mine this month and I had $50 in product credit. So what can I do with $50 in product credit? Well, if I need essentials for life, if I need, any of that stuff, I can literally go on, buy it, and then when it says apply payment from Sky Wallet, it'll show you how much you have in there. You can apply it. Now, obviously, you're not going to get the points for it. This is about building your inventory. So if you need inventory, hey, why not use the company's money? When I do trade shows, most of my trade shows, the products that I sell are products that I own. Most of them are products that I already own because I got them for free. Somebody promoted, the company gave me a free machine. I go and I sell it. You know what I mean? Crystal says, can you clarify, an existing distributor who is not active or working the business, can they take advantage of the free SNS if it's their first one? No, not as of right now. Okay, so that would be great. If Santa Claus existed, he would do that for us. But the company's already given away so much, they're not going to do that. And I've even asked them, maybe they will, but this is for brand new life in your business. Okay, this is for brand new people coming in. So Crystal, if you've got people that you've been, meaning to reach out to about Vollara, but you haven't gotten around to it yet, now's the time to reach back out to those people and say, listen, this is like, it's a no-brainer. Like, we just worked the booth at the church, and basically you just tell people, hey, look, we've got these products that we were giving them away. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no strings attached. It's not like, the free trial that you get, it's not one of those free trials where, here's your free trial. And then at the end on day 28, we're going to hit you with a $9,000 credit card charge. No, you can go in and literally cancel the day you get your free subscription. You can go in, you can cancel your free subscription, but I don't recommend doing it. I recommend trying it. Now, I've actually mentioned to corporate, hey, we should make this available to people who've never been on a subscription before. I've actually said that because I think it would spur something in the life of your business to get people who've never actually done it before to maybe want to do it, right? But at this point, the company's given away so much that, look, if you've been in this company for how many years, 2 years, and you still haven't done a subscription, then you really don't believe in the company that you're a part of. And they are, like Christina said, they're amazing. I've never been a big vitamin person ever. I had a personal trainer who was in Juice Plus, and he's like, Mark, you got to get on these Juice Plus vitamins. And I took them, but to me, it was just fruits and vegetables. Like, I never really felt a difference. There was no probiotics, there was no enzymes, and like, it wasn't like when I take essentials, there's something about it. You know what I mean? There's just something different about the way it makes your body feel. Pastor Jennifer did a whole training the other night on your gut and how your gut is your second brain, and there's people who get like mood swings and they're depressed and they have anxiety and they have all these things going on in their life, and it all boils down to their gut health. Okay, so literally, like, your diet and the fact that your body's not breaking down the foods that you're putting into it, and the fact that we live in a really messed up world, right? So you got to think about this, like the companies, these growers, they want to be able to produce crops, but they got to fight against bugs and droughts and all these things, so they genetically modify the seed so that it grows. I was talking to somebody the other day who was from Chile, and he says, oh man, he was from he's from Colombia. And he says, oh yeah, because I don't like eating salmon out in restaurants, because most salmon, it comes from Chile. And he says it's they give them antibiotics. And he says when you eat that, because you think, hey, I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to eat salmon. But it's not wild caught, it's farm raised. They pump them full of antibiotics so they can grow healthy and they can thrive and survive, and they can produce a big giant fish. But the problem is we eat those things and that gets transferred into our body, right? So, when you have these enzymes that are breaking food down, when you have the probiotics that you need, when you have all the daily vitamins, and you can literally take that 2 with every meal, with Essentials for Life, and then you want to boost your immune system through Resist. Dr. Troy did a thing on Imulina and was saying, hey, Imulina has been around since the Bible days, right? You're talking, this is something that's been literally around for forever, right? It's spirulina algae that is like a immune booster, right? And we have the highest level of Imulina on the market in Resist. Not just Imulina, but as vitamin C, D, zinc, elderberry, echinacea, everything you need right there. And when I first got into Vollara, I'm thinking, like, this is an air purifier business. I mean, that's when I first joined. What do they know about vitamins? See, most companies will carry a vitamin line as a throwaway because they want you to be on something daily. They want you to be on, because if the company doesn't have daily movement of product, the company can't make it. Well, if you notice with Vollara, there is no mandatory auto ship. We have 0 mandatory auto ship, 0. Okay, they spent $6 million to the development of just one of our products. Essentials for Life, NSF certified, which means that it's sports NSF, which means they can go literally they know exactly what field those crops were grown in, that they were organic, how it was transferred, where it was bottled, how it was processed, how long it sat on a shelf. We've gone the extra mile. So we're not just a throwaway product. Because see, if you got to understand, you guys, like, you've got to be able to see through. You've got to be able to see things. I have the ability to look at companies and see through it. I've been in this industry since I was 20 years old, and I've seen companies that have like this mandatory push. You've got to buy the vitamin C every month. You have to buy the vitamin C every month, or you're no longer in our business. You're done. We're not like that. You know why? Because the company knows that they could stand alone just on the technology, period. They could, I mean, the Eris isn't out selling essentials for life. They're only selling air, water. In some cases, they have to be licensed for that, and a little bit of water. And a little bit of laundry. Some of them have laundry, but that's a whole different license that those guys have to pay for. Yeah, and like Christina just said, the water was created because Joe Urso wanted to have a healthy water. Where can we listen to that doctor's call? Yeah, Christina, I don't know. Where's the Dr. Troy did an amazing call. Oh, you're talking about Pastor Jennifer. That was just something she did on a Thursday night at the church. So, but Dr. Troy does an amazing breakdown of everything. Okay, he did a Zoom call. I don't know if we still have the link for it. I'm sure we do. We could post it up on Team Integrity. Christine will try to find it, and then we'll post that, because that one that he does is like, if you're not on everything that we offer after listening to Dr. Troy's nutritional call, Christine, I can hear you. Yeah, even our son, who is really into Vollara right now, he actually he learned how to swallow a pill so that he could take Essentials for Life and a couple of the other products that we sell. Our dog actually takes some of the vitamins, so because he's older, and we want him to live long, even though he trips on my cord. But he takes Remind, and what else? Remind and Rebalance. Okay, so it's good for his Remind is really good because it's the fish oil, which is good for his fur as well, for his coat. And also, guys, having the Air and Surface Pro is good for your pets. It's not just good for you. So that's just something else to keep in mind. I was talking to a guy, I don't think he's on the call today, Brian, up in Cincinnati, and he was telling me that he had a guy that he lent a machine to whose daughter had really bad allergies. And he said, and he called him and he said, look, he goes, I want to buy one of your machines. And he said, no, he goes, I'm just going to lend you one, try it out for about 4 days. And then if you want to buy one, let me know. So he took one, and that's how you guys have to be, guys. Like, don't always be like, boom, I got to go out and sell this thing. Well, if you get somebody that's interested, say, look, just take it, use it for 3-4 days. Just make sure you love it, right? So anyways, he said he got a call back from the guy, and the guy said, listen, he goes, I got to tell you guys, I need to buy 2 of these machines. He says, because my daughter, since we've got it, has had no issues at all with her allergies. In fact, she's off of her allergy medicine. Okay. Which I know the pharmaceutical companies love that, right? But anyway, then he goes, on top of that, he goes, my dog has had an eye irritation forever. And he goes, we have to spend it's like $100 a month or whatever on these drops or pills or something for the dog. And he said, ever since we put the machine in our house, the dog hasn't had any issues in his eyes. So you can see that there's an actual benefit. This is not something that, you could do this thing and, you put this machine in your house and maybe 18 months from now, you'll feel a difference. No, like literally, you feel it. Okay. And if you don't have it, you feel it even more. Like, we run our machines all the time, and then we travel a lot, right? So if I go into a hotel room and I don't bring an Air and Surface Pro in, because there's sometimes where I'm like, man, I don't feel like, maybe I'll bring like there's been times where I'm just lazy. Like Christine's like, you gonna bring in the machine tonight? Yeah, it's like, look, it's like 11 o'clock. We're checking in. We're leaving 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't even want to deal with it, right? And so I'm just being stupid, right? I could bring in my little mobile unit, but I leave it in the car. You can't sleep, because I'm so used to having it run that you're laying in a room and your eyes are itchy and your throat's itchy and there's so much dust in the air. So when do I notice Active Pure? When I don't have it. Okay. So just, keep that in mind. Like, what we have is literally a standalone product. It's a standalone. It works. Here's another thing. If you live in Florida, some of you guys live in Florida, all right, because I know I have a team here in Florida. The water here is horrible. Okay, it's horrible. I got a living water with the basic filter setup. So the basic filter is the carbon filter and whatever, the 2 filters, the 1 and 2. After 1 year, my top tube was so clogged with calcium that literally the water couldn't come out of it. Like, it is that bad down here. So I switched my filter. I cleaned everything up, de-limed everything in my hoses, all that stuff, right? And I descaled it. And then I bought an ion resin filter. Okay, we've talked about KDF filter. Now, KDF filter is really good for heavy metals, but an ion resin filter will help drop that calcium out of your water. So when I used to drink my Florida water here with living water, there was white dust in the bottom of my water glass every time, white powder. Everything that I would use was coated with that white powder, everything. Okay, so I said, I'm gonna try out this ion resin filter. And what ion resin filter does is it's using ions through like a salt compound that they put inside of that filter. It's almost like a water softener for your living water, but it collects all that calcium. Now, what it does do though, is that you lose a point on your pH. So if I'm drinking 9.5, I need to go to 10 to get a 9. Okay, because like, you know, my old one, yeah, my water was purple when I tested it. On this one, it's blue. Okay, but I'd rather have blue and have no sediment at all in my water than have purple and drink the powder and have issues with all the extra stuff. So that's just a tip for Florida residents. With the water we have down here, I would highly recommend that when you get living waters or you sell living waters, you recommend the ion resin filter, and then you tell the person to go up a notch on the pH. So if you want to drink 7, make it 8. If you want to drink 8, make it a 9, all the way up to 10. Okay, so I run mine at 10. In fact, my son's like, Dad, why are we running it at 10? You know, we're supposed to be drinking 9.5. And I explained to him what's the reason why. It's because you're losing 1 point. So make a note. Now, if you're living in Florida and you're not using living water, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because the water that comes out of that living water machine is probably some of the best water you could drink, period. Okay, I mean, literally, it's so good. Now, I help out with a restaurant here, because what we're doing right now is my friend Merlin, who runs the Vineyards restaurant in Apollo Beach. He's also a evangelist, so he travels the world, and that's how we were able to go to Guatemala. So I went with him on that trip, and that's where we're going for Mexico. And so I help him out at his restaurant. When he's on his big trips, I go in, I help him. And I tell you what, it's hot, and you know, you work in Florida in the heat, but when I drink living water, you can feel the difference in your body. Now, let's say I bring a big bottle of living water and I drink it all. And then as the night goes on, I need a bottle of water and I get whatever he has. Now, I mean, maybe he's got, you know, filtered water. In fact, they were buying filtered water. And I even told the guy who was buying it, I said, listen, stop buying that. Like, it's the worst, because it's reverse osmosis, which your body is instantly rejecting it. Like I'm not getting hydrated. And I said, you got guys in this kitchen who need to be hydrated. Okay. So he switched over to spring water, which is, you know, it's a little bit better, right? You're still drinking acidic water, all this stuff, but at least it's not reverse osmosis, right? But I'm telling you, you feel the difference in your body on a almost like a cellular level. It's like when you drink it, it's like you feel your body come to, like, you can literally feel the difference in your body. It's smoother. It's the taste is great. You know, I like to get mine cool. Like, I don't drink it warm. I put it in a refrigerator. I put it in an old water jug, and then then I just fill up my bottle, and literally I go everywhere with my bottle. I carry it like, because it has a rubber bottom that falls off, so people say, "Oh, look, it's like you're carrying a baby around," because I always have my water bottle with me everywhere I go. Living water, and what does it save me? It saves me probably $200 a month that I was spending on bottled water here. I mean, like, water is what, $1 something a gallon. Sometimes even more. I mean, you get to we were doing Eternal Waters, which is like a liter for $2.50 or whatever. I mean, it's not cheap. It's like buying gasoline, right? So you're spending $40 a week on water, in most cases. You're buying cases of spring water or filter water, or maybe you have a service that comes to your house with the big 5-gallon jugs. Why would you do any of that stuff? Especially if you're in Vollara. If you're in Vollara and you're not using living water, you're doing yourself a disservice. I was talking to a lady when we were out of town, and she says, "Oh, she goes, I got to use the Laundry Pure." And she says, "I love Laundry Pure." Now she hasn't bought one because I don't think she's got a house yet. But she said she stayed, I think she stayed with you, Lisa Martino. And she said that she was out, they were out walking through neighborhoods, and she's like, "Man, my clothes were like needed to be washed." And she said, she said, "I couldn't believe it." But like if Lisa didn't have Laundry Pure, that person never would have experienced Laundry Pure. So being that Lisa's a product of the product and came in with the Pro Pack, that means she's got the water. That means she's got the laundry. That means she's using the air. Okay. Now, like I've told you guys this, and I've been saying this for the last year and a half, that a sale will come just because you're using it. I'm telling you that a sale will come just because you're using it. It's going to come. It's going to come. I'm telling you that, because you're going to have friends come to your house, and they're going to be like, "Man, your water's so good. You know, our water's horrible. Our water tastes bad." I mean, it's happened here. Our friend came in who grew up in Alaska. He come over. He's like, and he drinks Eternal water here when he moved now, but he used to live down here. And he would buy this Eternal water. Eternal water comes from Tennessee, up in the mountains, you know, and it tastes really good. It's good water. But it's bottled, you know. Bottled water sits for so long that it's just dead. I mean, there's no life to it, right? And so, you know, think about this. This guy grew up in Alaska where they have glacier water, like glacial water. And we're down here in Florida, and he tastes my water, and he's used to drinking high-end bottled water. And he says, "Man," he goes, "this water's so good. What brand is this?" And I say, "Well, it's Brandon brand. I mean, it's what comes out of the tap here. You know what I mean? It's in my bathroom. Go check it out." And completely blown away. I got another friend who's a bodybuilder. And I've been telling him, I'm like, "You don't understand that the water you're drinking has such an effect on your body." I saw him the other day. He looked horrible. I mean, he's getting ready for competition, but he looked tired. He looked run down. He looked like he needed a good drink of water, right? So I'm going off on that for a while, because you really, like, once you understand what you have your hands on, when you can do your laundry with no chemicals, you got to think about the big picture here, guys. The years and years and years of never, ever, ever going to a grocery store again, or Sam's Club or Costco, to buy the Tide, the Gain, the All. And you know what Tide and them are doing now? They're trying to be like, "Look at us. We can put oxygen into our Tide and make it more like OxyClean." Okay, so they're going to chemically treat your water with oxygen when we can mechanically treat your water with hydrogen and oxygen, with hydroxyls out of your own water. It doesn't cost you anything but the initial usage. And then guess what? You're not heating that water. So if my hot water tank doesn't have to produce hot water every time we run a load of laundry, you know what that means? We do laundry all the time. I mean, it's like if I come home and I've got dirty clothes, boom, throw them in. I don't have to wait. Well, I got to wait till laundry day, because we want to do it all at once, and we can't be cooking all this water. Who cares? Just do it. You know what? The other side of it is your wastewater now is clean. I mean, it's clean wastewater. So how many of you? I mean, I can't see you, but have a septic tank. You know that all the chemicals from laundry soap's not good for your septic tank. So then the septic companies have to like treat the water or treat the tank and put different things in there, enzymes or whatever. With this, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so if you have Laundry Pure, you're not worried about that, because you're not pumping chemicals. And guess what? If you don't have a septic tank, it's good for the environment, because you're not pumping all that stuff back. And think about this, guys. The water that you drink is the same water that's been on this earth since the beginning of time. I remember my mom told me that. Right? She's like, the water that we're drinking, somebody drank at some point, right? I mean, think about it, thousands of years, not billions of years, like thousands of years. Okay, just get that straight. But that water's been drank over and over and over again, right? So, there's nothing new under the sun. It's not like, so think about this. The less chemicals we can dump into the water table, the better it is, because, hey, they could test, Olympic athletes can't drink city water because of the pharmaceuticals that end up in their bloodstream, because it's wastewater that's been processed and treated and put through reverse osmosis and all these things, but yet that stuff still somehow carries over into the water that we're drinking out of our tap. So why not take it to the next level and filter out strip out the acid and get yourself some good clean water with living water? But why not be a non-contributor of putting chemicals into the water table by using laundry pure? Okay, so it's really about taking care of what God gave us, being good stewards of the earth, being good stewards of the water table, to being good stewards of our finances. Because, hey, you know what? I can spend $1,500, or if I join with who cares about spending $1,500? Join the business, join on a professional whole house package, go that route, and you can get your laundry pure basically for free. So, I mean, think about it, because you're spending $2,600. The water retails for $24.95. For $200, you're getting two air and you're getting a laundry, which, in my opinion, that means it's free. So now for free, I'm not spending the money. It's being a good steward of what God gave you. Your finances, right? I can steward my finances by saying, I'm no longer buying bottled water. I'm no longer buying chemicals for my laundry. So what do you do next? You share it with people. That's it. Don't worry about selling your friends. Don't worry about it. Like, that's where, to go back to the beginning of this call, it's the buddy hookup. That's what that's what Dr. Troy calls it. He's like, Mark, I love the way you do your business. It's the buddy hookup. We don't need to ever worry about trying to go out and do a retail sale, ever. You never, ever have to worry about it, ever. But Mark, I joined with a 5-pack. I got 4 units left. I need to sell them. Go start lending those things out to everybody and anybody. Lend them out to everybody and anybody. Yes. So Crystal asks if you get the, and then because what's going to happen is you start lending them out, you will sell. You're going to sell them, but guess what? They become sales tools for you, for people to join your business, to get the Pro Pack, to invite their friends to an HHS, and to propel your business. Home Pack okay, anything gets a free subscribe and save. So here's the deal. Good question, Crystal. Home Pack or professional home, anything, anyway, anybody who joins, whether it's risk-free, whether it's Pro Pack, whole house protection, 3-pack, 5-pack, 15-pack, everybody gets a free first month subscription. But on a whole house protection or a professional whole house pack, the company is giving you still a $75 product credit. Okay, so in reality, you're getting 2 months free subscription, 2 months. Okay, so anyways, the company's genius. They know that in order to be active, you just need to be on a subscription for your first 6 months. They're letting you join for free. They're giving you your first month subscription free, which still makes you active, which is crazy in my opinion. So they're giving you free activity, even for your first entire month, even if you join risk-free, okay? It is the greatest time to be a part of this company, the greatest time. But Mark, right now, nobody cares about COVID. I never cared about COVID. Never once, okay? It is the greatest hour, it's the greatest time, it's the greatest season. Why? Because we're coming into a time where people they're ready to spend their money on gifts. But Mark, the economy's bad. Who cares? Who cares? You know what? People still have to breathe. Hey, I go to the grocery store two times a week. They're not empty. People are still buying stuff. Doesn't matter. People still need things. They're going to buy things. It's up to you to show them, number one, how you can make extra money. So if the economy is your excuse for not doing your business, then go out and build a team and help people make an extra couple $1,000 a month. Or let them buy at your cost. Save them the money, right? We have something for everybody. It's the greatest opportunity. Christina wants to share something, so I'm going to bring her on.
Hi, everyone. I just want to say that go out, look at who you brought to your HHSs. or they said they were going to buy, they didn't buy, circle back around to them and let them know they can get a free subscription and that they can join the business, get that pro pack that they're believing for, and have a free subscription this month. And the worst thing that could happen is they say no. The best thing that could happen is that they get what they need for their family. They get on the subscription for free, and then you make extra money and they're happy and they're healthy. And I just want to say that if we're in town by probably about mid-December in Florida, if you want to host an HHS, please reach out to me and we will help you. If you've never had one, we will help you. And join together as a party, like Mark said, have it a holiday get together. It's going to be fun. We like to have fun. If you want to do one online, virtual, we'll help you with that as well. And we want to see you succeed. We love this product. We've been a product of the product, and we believe in you, and we're here for you. And I just wanted to pray quickly for Barb Eaton's husband has surgery, and just come in agreement with me. And I want to pray for your family and says, Father, we thank you, Lord, for Dave. Lord God, I thank you, Lord, that he's whole and healed, and that it's going to be a fast, quick recovery. Lord, touch his body in a mighty way. We thank you, Lord, for everyone here on this call, Lord. I thank you for their families, their lives, their businesses, that everything they put their hands to will prosper. I thank you, Lord, for great testimonies. We give you honor and glory in everything that you do for our lives, and we bless them today. In Jesus' name, amen. We love you guys.
All right. Thank you, Christina. So I'm going to leave you with this. It is noon, but I'm going to leave you with this quote. And it says, whatever you dream you can do, begin it. It says, boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now. So the idea is just do it, right? Whatever you can dream that you can do, all you have to do is have boldness and go out and do it. God's put something on your heart. He's told you, hey, look, this is what you should be doing. This is the call that I put onto your life, but you've delayed it. You've delayed it, right? Step out in boldness this week. Step out in boldness and call the person that you've been afraid to call. Make the contacts with the people. Don't get distracted. Pick one and run. All right, we'll see you next week. Or maybe tonight on the national call at 8 o'clock. So we'll be on there. So we'll see you tonight at 8. Bye. Thanks for coming on. Sorry about the delay.
I missed you.